Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Nash Jocic, bodybuilding champion, somebody who has been involved in fitness industry and of course bodybuilding for over 40 years. I have published 9 books on nutrition, training, muscle hypertrophy, fat loss, competitive bodybuilding, and I hope that you will also benefit from my advice in the videos and podcasts that I'm doing. Today's topic is going to be training advice for beginners and also natural bodybuilders. So the reason for this video is the common uprising in some modern or popular training systems that are popping out like mushrooms all over internet that actually mislead beginners especially into training with very advanced and sophisticated training machineries, but which are mainly focusing on isolating exercises. So I see on daily basis, I see beginners, people who are literally have no muscle size, muscle mass, they're just in the gym first week, first month, and they spend all their time in the gym by doing a single arm cable lateral raises, or they're doing cable rear delts contractions, or they're doing some one arm concentration biceps dumbbell curls, or some one arm cable triceps extension behind the neck. For chest, they're doing some, again, isolating exercises, and probably the hardest exercise they do are leg extensions, so maybe leg curls for legs, and that's it. And you see that over and over again, everywhere. And you wonder, what is going on? I mean, what happened? Why are these people doing these exercises? They will never actually put any muscle with that type of training whatsoever, period. In order to cause muscle hypertrophy, muscle growth, you have to do something very different, especially if you are a beginner. So these exercises are popular because they make you feel that particular muscle that you're targeting, and you may even get some pump as a bonus. But you know, feeling the muscle and just getting a bit of pump is not the same as hitting that muscle hard and causing micro tears of the muscle fibers, which are actually necessary to provoke, to trigger response in a way of muscle growth. So feeling the muscle by using these exercises, which are they apply very little stress on the muscle, is almost the same as having a deep tissue massage. You're going to feel that muscle as well while having your massage, but of course it's not going to grow. So what you should do? Well, you should really be focusing on basic multi-joint exercises, which are absolutely necessary for the reason that stress on the muscles that you are training, and not only on the muscles, but also on the whole system, is without comparison. That stress is so high that will make the body respond with muscle growth. So I have to say this, probably most of you who are watching this video, you know, but I can tell you there is a huge number of people, especially young people, beginners, who don't know much about this. So I hope you watch this video till the end, because I will try to explain to you what you should do, how to do it, and why. So for example, if you want to really make a difference, if you want to build muscle, you need to pay attention to the biggest muscle groups. The biggest muscle group is, of course, the legs. So in order to develop your legs, overall leg development, you need to focus on exercises like squats. Squat is the number one exercise, not only for your leg, for your quads, for your glutes, but also for the whole body. Yes, for the whole body. And I will explain to you why. So next to squats is another great exercise that you should perform, and it's called a leg press. As you can see on the videos that I have I'm playing for you, the leg press is another exercise because that leg press will allow you to put heavy weight and use it in very good form. It's a very safe exercise, and you should be using these two exercises mainly in your training system, especially for legs, in order to provoke muscle hypertrophy. Now, legs are the biggest muscle group, but the second biggest muscle group is back. So what do you do for back? Well, my favorite exercise for back, especially back width, was always pull-ups. So I did pull-ups, and thanks to them, as you can see on this clip, I have developed great back. And if you cannot do pull-ups in the beginning because they're very hard, but you should keep trying until you make first set of 6, 7, 8 reps. In the meantime, you should start with pull-downs. Pull-downs are also great exercise. And also, as you can see in the video, pull-down will allow you to put a lot of stress on your latissimus dorsi muscles, on your trapezius, the whole trapezius. And these two exercises are actually bread and butter, especially for that famous V shape. The next exercise for back should be bent over rowing. This is for overall thickness of the back and especially your big trapezius muscle, which is almost half of your back muscle. Apart from that, there are other muscles like teres major, teres minor, infraspinatus, and rear delts, supraspinatus. So these muscles are all involved in this one single bent over rowing exercise. Instead of doing one cable arm stretch or one cable rowing or whatever exotic exercises you have seen and invented in recent years, as a beginner, you should be really paying attention to those exercises that I am talking about. Now, the third muscle group, size-wise, is chest. So for chest, the best exercise you can do is, without a doubt, bench press. This is the king of all chest exercises. You can perform bench press with a barbell, split machine. You can do heavy dumbbells. But this is the exercise that, again, will put as much stress and mechanical tension on your chest pectoralis muscle, and not only on them, also on the front shoulder, on the triceps, and that will propel you into muscle hypertrophy. So these exercises, as you can see them, me performing on this in these clips, these are the bread and butter for your overall growth. So legs, back, and chest. Now, the smaller muscle groups, like, for example, shoulders, should be trained with shoulder press. And also another great exercise, shoulder press, by the way, I always advise to do in front of your neck, not behind. I explained it in the previous videos why. So shoulder press, and another exercise, which is, according to Vince Gironda, or famous Iron Guru, the best exercise for shoulders, and this is upright row. So if you go a little bit wider, you will be hitting the top trapezius and also front and lateral deltoid. So imagine how much you're gaining from these exercises. It's not just one little section of your shoulders, it's the overall shoulder unit, right? Now, when it comes to smaller muscles, like, for example, biceps, you should be doing barbell curls. Stay to those basic exercises. When it comes down to triceps, you should do push downs, French press. So as you can see, I advise beginners, also clients who come to me first time, I create a training system for them, a training system that will actually focus on the biggest muscle groups and definitely on the basic multi-joint exercises. Now, as I said, not only you will trigger more growth and you will hit much harder those particular muscles that you're targeting, but also, which is extremely important, if not more important for the beginners, you are going to be stressing the whole system, right? This also applies to natural bodybuilders. Okay, remember that. So what am I talking about? What is the whole system? Now, when you're performing, let's say some of these new movements like lying down, cable flies or something like that, yes, you're going to be targeting your chest muscle. You're going to feel them, but the overall stress is nothing to compare with the stress when you perform heavy bench press. Because not only that you're going to stress more your chest muscles, but also you're going to stress your nervous system. And via nervous system, you will provoke your endocrine system, meaning you will release more testosterone and growth hormone via complex, basic, multi-joint exercises than that will ever happen with these single arm pull downs, single arm biceps supinations, whatever, because these isolating exercises simply do not cause the same endocrine response as you are actually aiming for, because with the high release of testosterone and growth hormone, two hormones in your body that you produce naturally, will be the key factor for muscle hypertrophy. So when I say focus on basic multi-joint exercises, especially for beginners, but also for natural bodybuilders who rely on their own hormonal production, like testosterone and growth hormone, your training routines should really, really focus on basic multi-joint exercises. And I have explained which ones are they in the previous part of the video, and also in the videos that I have posted recently for you. So why is this happening? For example, heavy lifting increases testosterone production. Now, when I say heavy lifting, I'm not talking about one rep or something like that. When I say heavy, I don't mean you're fighting for your personal best or something like that. No, as always, I said anywhere from basic exercise from 6 to 12 reps with a weight that will allow you to perform this range of reps to failure or almost to failure. So this type of heavy lifting will help you produce more testosterone, right? The key hormone for muscle growth. Now I said 6 to 12 reps, right? So what happens during 6 to 12 reps? Your time under tension is obviously long enough to stimulate production of another hormone, which is called growth hormone. And growth hormone is known as the hormone of youth. Basically what it does, it repairs all the tissues. It repairs not only muscles, which we are talking about now, but also all the other organs, etc. You naturally produce growth hormone during the sleep, but also you produce growth hormone when your sets last longer. So this time under tension is very important. So let's say you perform 10 reps, in average 4 seconds each. We are talking about set that lasts 40 seconds. So if you perform only one rep, as people often do, in some suicidal manner, bouncing with the weights, either doing squats or chest presses or whatever, your set will last only 2-3 seconds, even not that. So there is no time under tension that will stimulate growth hormone production. So number one, heavy liftings, weight that you can move 6 to 12 reps will stimulate production of testosterone, but also because of a higher number of reps that I'm recommending, you will be producing also growth hormone. So to finish this story about most important advice for beginners, as I call the video, I will remind you that I have never ever seen in my life, I've seen tens of thousands of bodybuilders, successful bodybuilders, professional bodybuilders, and I trained with them, and I never ever seen anyone building a great body doing just isolating exercises. It simply didn't exist. It will never happen. So yes, you see them doing lateral raises with cables. They do bent over rowing, lateral raises for rear delts, single arm. Arnold did it. Ronnie Coleman did it. They are all using these isolating exercises. So you may ask, oh, you're saying that will never help, but why are they using them? Well, they're using them usually at the end of their workouts, after they have performed their squats, their leg presses. Then they do exercises like lunges or maybe leg extensions. When it comes to chest, is always flat bench, dumbbell press or barbell press. Then you have incline presses. Then you have dips or something for lower section of the chest. And all these exercises are always first in their training routine. But then they will focus on exercises like dumbbell flies or cable flies, etc. They do them, but they are not the core. They have already built tremendous amount of muscle mass. I give you my example. When I started training, my whole training was made of basic exercises. First of all, because I didn't have any equipment. And second, because I looked at the people around me, more experienced, more successful, and they were all performing basic exercises. So when it comes to legs, I perform squats, I perform front squats, and then in the later stages, I was doing leg press. But that was bread and butter for my legs. And even when I started winning my first shows, those 3 exercises are actually, they were everything I was doing. And you can see my legs, not only quads, but also glutes, also hamstrings, they're all there. For back, I always perform chin-ups. I love that. That helped me build very wide back. And also I did bent over rowings. Then later on, I would include, let's say, close grip pull down, and I will include seated cable rowing. So eventually, I started using isolating exercises in my workout, but I have to tell you that using just basic exercises, I reached my body weight of 115 kgs. After that, I started adding isolating exercises and obviously achieve more results because I was more experienced and I wanted, to chisel my body more. But again, for the beginners and natural bodybuilders who rely on their own production of hormones like testosterone and growth hormone, I advise you to stick to basic exercises. And I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel if you didn't, and also like this video as well. Please send me your comments. They do help us all to exchange our opinions and our views, to learn more. And I would like to remind you that if you become a member of, if you join my members page, this is the place where I offer more advice and also personal advice, one-to-one. So please have a look and join the members page. Also, I would like to remind you that for those ones of you who are more interested in detailed understanding of muscle growth, muscle hypertrophy, training methods, training systems, I've published few ebooks for you. They are all available on my website, nashfittraining.com. Ebooks like weight training, build muscle, burn fat, then ebooks that focus on nutrition like the Ultimate Nutrition, and also the one for more advanced bodybuilders, which is called Feed the Muscle, Not the Fat. I've also written a book for people who have problems with body fat, which is called Fat Loss, in which I explain not only how do we get fat, but why do we get fat. Because once understanding the causes of obesity or excess fat accumulation, it's going to be much easier to build a strategy that will help you burn that fat. So yes, I'll also provide different other services on my website, which is again nashfittraining.com. Services like personalized training programs, personalized nutritional programs, personal training online, telephone consultations, for the lucky ones who live in London, personal training one-to-one. So thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Until then, take care of yourselves.